last week I posed the question, which car is best? The very latest of the Rover 400 or the very earliest of the Rover 45? And today I thought I'd try and answer that question. Except the only thing is, that really needs washing, and I don't really want to be putting this car on this video with such filthy wheels. I mean, look at it. Look, just look. Look at all that dirt. There's no way that you're going to look at this and think that looks nice. No. No. Obviously, me pointing this out isn't helping either. But instead, I'm going to go on to do something else. This Rover 400 is called Gladys because of its number plates. And it's been here since last Sunday, which is almost a week. It's not my car, but it's not entirely not my car as well. It's also partly owned by Boaty, and it is my responsibility to quickly make this car a bit more saleable. And as he's going to be here in about half an hour, best crack on. This video is going to somewhat overlap the video that I also make for the other YouTube channel, but that's the nature of this. I'm not going to just not make my own video about this car just because there's going to be another one anyway. When that little Boaty chap turns up, he'll be wanting to do a video with this car. So I did think it'd be a good idea for me to leave some things that he can kind of help with, such as paint. I'm sure he can manage some of that. It's a nice colour, but it is going to take quite a bit of work on this paint to get this to gleam as I'd like it to do. You see, it's very, very, very flat there indeed. But there is something a bit more important to deal with first. I suspect the power steering pump is on its way out ever so slightly. There's enough fluid in the system, but there are these dead spots at low speeds. So unless the belt's just not particularly well tightened up, it's probably going to be that. That didn't take long. I've definitely found the problem. It's that. That's supposed to be attached to the pulley. So that is, without any level of doubt whatsoever, the cause of the problem.
Let me see.
Yeah, go and get your hands dirty for a change.
Yes, indeed.
That didn't work, does it?
Yeah, you can see the problem here.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah. What's happened here?
Oh, don't lose those.
What's happened here is...
It's broken.
Yeah, but there's a reason why it's broken.
Couldn't work.
If you have a look at the bearing here...
Yeah, it's stuck.
The bearing has seized.
Yeah, I figured that bit out already.
That will... I'm telling them. They haven't figured it out, have they? And because that's seized...
Maybe I've already told them.
This hasn't been able to circulate.
Yes, it has.
In the correct... No, it hasn't.
Well, look, you can see the heat there.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
it's supposed to circulate on that.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
That is jammed, so this has been circulating around that,
Yep.
causing friction,
Yep.
heat, and intense disappointment.
Apparently, what's needed to fix that is a new one of those.
Yeah.
I tell you what, it's just as well you're here. I'd have never figured that one out.
Where would you be without me? Land of the living, probably.
I probably would have had it done.
You probably would have actually. Yeah.
Apparently, it's going to rain today. That means I really need to crack on with the job in hand. Yesterday, I was accompanied by that little Boaty chap, where we did some more discussion about some of our things that we are doing, and also to try and make some progress on the green 416 called Gladys. And the progression was what you've just seen. So today I have to fit a new power steering pulley. Not pulley, tensioner, that's the one. As I got that wrong, I almost went and picked up the wrong part off of Craig yesterday. The good thing is, here I do not even need to take the wheel off. I just simply need a bit of height to get to this particular thing. There are many other things that I have to do today, but this job will be the most unpleasant one in the rain. So I'm going to do this one first. Inside this plastic bag I have a replacement pulley. Not pulley, tensioner. Gosh, I'm doing it wrong again. And the only problem with this is I can't get it out with one hand. Right, no, is this. Watch. We can see there. That moves the tensioner. That bit there has to be screwed in, and that one also as well. And once you release that tension, that's going to ping up and snap your finger off it unless you're very careful. To be more specific, it's going to ping up and snap my finger off if I'm not very careful. What's needed for this minor job of inconvenience are these items: 13mm and a 10mm and 2 cable ties and that thing itself, and of course the 2 10mm bolts that go in the hole. I've got to do that again because I didn't line it up properly. That was only 5 minutes worth of not doing it. Why did they have to put bolts behind tensioners like that? It's never going to be easy, is it? It'd be okay if you could take the wheel off and then put the wheel on after you've got the thing in place. Why can't they make these things simple? And this is a simple engine. Anyway, so now I need some wire cutters and some more cable ties and some brake cleaner because that's quite dirty under there anyway. If anybody else has done it this way before, please let me know. After a reasonable amount of frustration there, I found you could flip the lid off of that and you can take the wheel off. That's good because I was coming to the conclusion that you couldn't really possibly do that without lowering the engine down, and I didn't particularly want to do that. And because this is a 400 and not a 45, all of the engine mounts are different. They're much more substantial, much more complicated, many more things to take apart. My assumption was that this was just kind of a pressed in thing rather than something that could be undone like that. With the aid of the gentle persuader and a long screwdriver, I have now got the tensioner on. Yes, I won't be looking forward to doing one of those again. But what I haven't got is that part of it on. Now the trick is, will I be able to get this on, or will it actually not have room to stick it on in the first place? That's the worry. What if I can't do it? And then the power steering belt itself. I've put many of those back on, and it's a bit of a fiddly job. You need 3 hands ideally, and I haven't got them. There's no way that's going to fit in the gap because it's only about that big. Yeah, but that is where a little bit of common sense possibly will prevail, because I can fit that piece in there and I can stick that like so onto a ratchet spanner. This belt's clearly been rubbing for quite a while because that is, although it still work, in fact it looks like it's reasonably new. I might as well put another one on that hasn't got a load of wear on it, because that could maybe not last very long. For some reason I got the belt on in seconds this time. Normally I have to fiddle around and keep popping back up to the top to stick it back on the top, because it keeps coming off on the top pulley and it comes back off again, and I have to do it again and then again and then again. When are you carpet fitters going to learn? These pop tyres. Look at the state of this. My friend Aaron swept and cleaned all of this lot up really well for the last meetup down here at P&HQ. He did a really good job. And you think, when you see that someone's taken such an effort to clear the place up, that they'd try not to do this. It's just disgraceful. Look at this as well. I wish I knew who was doing it. Yeah, I'm not adding these sounds to it. They're genuinely there. So today's video has to thank my friend Craig at RoverRevival for supplying me with that particular tensioner, because believe it or not, I didn't have one. Oh, I suppose traditionally what you would do is try it out before running around feeling all joyous and pleased with yourself for fixing something. And I haven't done that yet, so I'll do that now. But I mean, it's obviously going to fix it. Did you see the state of the thing? That really did require a lot more tools than I was expecting. Okay. Right, that feels better. Yep, that does exactly as it should do. Now I can steer with one hand. So there we go, I've fixed something. Just in time for it to rain. That's fixed. What next? It just wants a bit more of a tidy up, really. A bit more of a clean up. Though it doesn't look too bad there. Could just go up for sale, really. It's time to put Gladys back away, I think. There's nothing more I can do today. I can't really do any paint work on it. I don't want to be clambering underneath it while it's wet, and I've done the power steering, so it's probably just a matter of making it be known that this car is indeed for sale, which most of you will already know, or some of you will already know, or at least those that have seen the Mustard and Boaty show. Tucked the car in the corner like that quite specifically so that I can get another car here later on, because space has become a bit of an issue. Just in case you don't know this car, it is a 416 with a K-series engine that sounds lovely. Just over 80,000 miles, about 260 days worth of MOT, and the best bit's a red carpet. I like that. And these lovely, these are the most comfortable seats I've ever had in a Rover. They're fantastic. Apparently, according to a very knowledgeable young lady that I happen to know, these were fitted in the 600 Ti, these seats. It's a very nice place to be. And just listen to the ease in which this engine starts. That's it. It is exactly the same, hot or cold. Gosh, that's a bit strange. What am I doing? I've accidentally set off out on the school run early. Quite early, in fact. 20 minutes earlier than I normally would do. And I always give plenty of time. So they're not even going to be coming out in another 50 minutes. What's a silly thing to do? I've locked up everywhere now. What am I supposed to do now? Just go back? Just go back, have a cup of tea, but dash it, rush that cup of tea because I haven't really got time to drink it? Oh no, just hang about. I do believe this is going to be goodbye for one evening, as there is very little point to me going back to work this afternoon. What could I do? I'm waiting for the head gasket set to arrive, so I can't get on with that. It's raining, so I could spend a leisurely afternoon outside cleaning up in the rain. No, I could practice my keyboard. I don't even feel like that because my back's going. Or I could just drink endless cups of tea. Or I could just have an impromptu early dance. That would compensate for tomorrow, where I'm bound to end up going home much later than I said I'm going to do. Right, bye. Go the quick way. Faster buses down Halifax Road. So are they allowed to go faster than people in cars? Because I don't understand how it could possibly be quicker to go by bus than go by car. Do they mean more frequent buses? Or do the buses actually go faster than they normally do? We should make that a bit more clear, I reckon.